Welcome to the shooting show. This week we're shooting simulated game with Browning's best, both in staff and in products. Plus we'll bring you all the latest news from the CLA Game Fair at Harewood House, North Yorkshire. With the grouse season just days away, Geoff and I are out to get some much needed practice. And what better way than a day on the Atkin Grant Lang's simulated game drives, hosted by Browning's finest, David Stapley and Neville Gill.
Morning. Nice to meet you.
Browning have got rather a lot of new guns to show us, and one lightning fast display assembly later, we're ready to take a look.
We've managed to increase the specification of Grade 1. So this is what we called last year the Grade 1 game gun. We now call it the Premium. They are coming through very nice and dark and figured.
So good for you, Mr. Garrod. You know, dinted and scratched in no time.
This is the same engraving, in fact, as the Grade 1 model. However, it's just obviously been lifted with the gold inlay, looking at the black action. Complementary to the black action is the lovely Grade 5 American walnut that we've attached to the gun, so it sort of brings out that dark, the dark action as well. And it's a lovely piece of wood on this gun. Very well received as well by all the journalists that tested it. You've probably seen it already, but the MK60 we've developed into a high pheasant. It's a 32-inch, tightly choked. It's well balanced. It's slightly higher in the comb than a standard MIROKU. It's just a great performing gun, and it's going to take the punishment of bigger shells if you're really shooting some big loads through there. The value for money is ridiculous, really. I mean, you're looking at 2,700, just under 2,700 for a single gun, and a pair under 5.8. We've been absent from the serious sort of trap market for a long time. We've now come back very strongly indeed. Product, the stock was designed in Italy. This one has adjustable comb as well, and also an adjustable weight system as well, which is included in all the range, free of charge. 3 triggers as well, so it's a full package. All the guns come with a set of 8 chokes, and these are the DS chokes now. You've probably seen these before. Comes with a range of 8 chokes included in the price. On the new AB3 as opposed to the A-Bolt 2. Firstly, we have a proper drop-out magazine now, whereas the other one was a floor plate magazine, which then popped out. Also, we've added the Inflex style pad as well, whereas before the other one was a solid rubber pad. This is now a directional recoil pad, so again, reduces the recoil. Also now we can remove the bolt with the safety catch on. So if you have a round chambered in there and you need to remove it for any reason, put the safety on, remove the bolt, and you can extract the round from the chamber. It's actually a Winchester product, and this is the XPR. Quite similar in appearance actually to the A-Bolt, but it is slightly different. UK calibers, re243 for next year. Teflon coated bolts, there's a very smooth action, very quiet. Again, you can remove the bolt with the safety catch on. We're very aggressively priced on this now. In this current form, we're looking at £429. The new Eclipse, which is a thumbhole laminate stock with the X-Bolt action and barrel. UK calibers, 243 and 308, 30-06, with a threaded barrel. It's got the super feather trigger, which is now factory set 2.7 pounds. It's a much lighter trigger than previous models, and it's just a very nice looking package. So the good old T-bolt, 17 HMR and 2.2. So great, get a couple of those, put them in your pocket as well. So quick reload.
It's clear Browning have got something for everyone, and it looks like Geoff's taken a liking to the T-bolt.
Good. You'd have some fun with that.
But we tear him away from the rimfire and turn to more serious matters. It's simulated game time. We head to Atkin Grant Lang's grouse spot, and Geoff is the first man in the hot seat shouldering the new 725.
Yeah.
Geoff soon gets those barrels warmed, but I reckon I can do a bit better.
He's only any good at decoy pigeons.
Descriptive of what you can do with them.
Yeah.
Well, if you're coming from one trail,
Grouse
there's
beat
only
him every
so much you
time.
can do, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Watching Geoff shoot, I've learnt the flight lines of our imitation birds, so I get straight into the swing of things, breaking a pair with my first 2 barrels. A left and a right is a good way to start. Some birds do fly by, but one thing's for certain, I've hit more than Geoff. It might not be the real thing, but this is a bundle of fun. So much so that Neville soon jumps in on the action, opting for the black and gold 20 gauge. Then David does the same,
Aye, aye, aye.
grabbing the by now very warm gun and instantly regretting it. After David's manned up, he too starts busting the clays. This is a very nifty little grouse gun. But up next is a real challenge. A little unorthodox, we hand Geoff the high rib pro trap and tell him to get to it on the driven grouse.
How's it feel?
Not quite sure about this one, where we're going to be with this one, but we'll give it a go.
Good luck, Geoff. I'm sure I'll beat him again on this one.
We were impressed by this gun on the bench, although it wasn't made for grouse of course, but as Geoff labours in vain at the clays, he'll have to admit there's only so much you can blame on the gun.
I don't really think it's a grouse gun.
It's my turn to see if I can do any better. Taking all the advice I can get, I pick my point of aim and put this well-engineered gun to the test. My performance might not win Olympic gold, but in the fast-developing rivalry between myself and Geoff Garrod, I think I've made it 2-0.
That'll do. Thank you very much. That's you then, Neville, I think.
Over to the boys from Browning to show us how it's done.
Where are you shooting them? Underneath.
With a mixture of first and second barrel kills, we think Neville has been practising already.
Impressive.
Once you got your...
They just shoot a lot
Once
higher.
you get
so you've
into
gotta-
it, they just
yeah.
shoot a lot higher.
So you've got to shoot just underneath.
We should be done here, but Geoff insists on making up for his last performance with a go with the MIROKU. It's made for high birds, but Geoff has got the hang of it now and makes this excellent gun work for grouse too.
You have to be able to hit him, Geoffrey.
Oh, is that what the art of it is it?
They're not wood pigeons, you see.
Sufficiently practised in the grouse butts, we can start to look forward to the 12th. But there's much more on offer at Atkin Grant Lang, and Geoff and I are keen to take each other on at the rabbit stand. This is a fast bouncing rabbit mixed with the occasional going away target, but I'm keen to take it on. And I atone for an initial miss with a string of clean kills using the black and gold 20 gauge. But anything I can do, Geoff can do better, or so he thinks. He's certainly on target at this stand. Obviously gamekeeper Geoff gets all the practice he needs from cleaning up rabbits on his own patch.
You got the car?
With Geoff taking that round, we head for a decider on the high tower. Mimicking high-driven birds, this should be my cup of tea, but it's a lot harder than it looks.
And a clue.
Several failed attempts later, I finally get some success and quickly decide to call it a day.
Just hang on to that memory, Pete, about the grouse.
Geoff doesn't have a high target to beat, but he can't start to celebrate yet. It's his turn to take on this tricky bird, and he's having just as much difficulty as me. With nothing to separate us there, we go to sudden death on another pair of high birds. I win the coin toss and send Geoff in first. It's another fiendish presentation, but Geoff gets the hang of it and starts to kill them reliably. Only a passing EasyJet flight to Luton can throw him off. It's my turn, and the rules are simple. Hit more than Geoff, or go home in shame. Geoff's been watching the Ashes and decides some sledging is in order.
Miss. Miss.
Pull!
Miss. 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 Kill.
Eventually, I do kill a few more, so it's back to the clubhouse to review the guns on offer and argue who actually won.
Well, thanks very much, Neville and David, for a great day down here on the clays. What do you reckon, Mr. Garrod?
Yeah, it's been a great afternoon. Tried quite a few of the new products. For me, the one that I liked best was a 725 20 gauge black and gold, 30-inch barrels, Prince of Wales stock. I use one or two of the other guns to start with on the grouse.
Yeah.
And didn't get on too well with them, must admit.
I did. Yeah, I shot exceptionally well on the driven grouse there with the 725 premium. Lovely looking gun, 30-inch barrels. It fits me very, very well indeed. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say? I killed him.
For anyone looking for a consecutive pair, the value of these guns, I don't think you could go too far wrong with these. And to turn up on a grouse moor, you'd be proud to take them there. Started off on the grouse.
Yeah.
I must say it improved my shooting on the grouse stand today.
Yeah.
Really shot well with it. Then we went on to the high pheasant stand.
Yeah.
And it felt so natural.
Yeah.
You know, clays were coming out onto it, killed them lovely. You know, it really was a nice gun to shoot.
Well, I certainly beat you on the grouse. You beat me on the high tower.
I beat you. Well, I will hand it to you on the grouse. You shot extraordinarily well on the grouse.
Yeah, but mate, you're a pigeon shooter. You know, what more can I say? Yeah.
It was a good day. It was a good day. I mean,
yeah,
know,
I think I just pipped you on that one.
On the grouse, you did.
No, I was thinking on the tail too.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, I did. Come on, Jeffrey. Come on, Jeffrey.
You hit one. I mean, I suppose that's an achievement.
100, 100.
But no, we've had a fantastic day. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, you know. And, you know, again, thanks very much to the Browning guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to Browning.
Geoff Garrod fluffing it there on the driven grouse. And now, the shooting show news.
This is the Shooting Show News, brought to you by Gunplan. This week we report from the CLA Game Fair at Harewood House. The biggest weekend in the Game Fair calendar saw the biggest names in the shooting industry congregate to show off what's new. The sun may not always shine in North Yorkshire, but it's certainly shining on the gun trade if the latest releases are anything to go by. The fair was the public debut of the BASC, BDS and Sporting Rifle Trophy Measuring Alliance. Shooting show regular Chris Dalton is a measurer, and he told us all about the benefits the service provides.
Well, I think it just makes the trophy measuring scheme more available. I mean, you know, for example, you know, we'll be up in Moy next week, so it actually means that the trophy measuring system will be available throughout pretty much the whole of the country. So it just kind of extends the scheme, and I think the intention is to have a few more measures as well. And it's actually been supported really well. We've had a nice mix, some nice reds and Seeker, Chinese water and mudjack, so it's just been a little bit busy this morning. So perhaps having a morning off from stoking.
Also meeting the public for the first time were MIROKU and Tree Hugger, two brands we first saw at a Viking Arms trade event in May.
Our company is an Italian guns manufacturer established in 1922. We produce over and under a semi-auto, sporting and game over and under, semi-auto inertial working system. All our production is proudly 100% made in Italy. One of our strongest selling point are the barrels that are manufactured inside our plant by a drilling method. All our products are available in UK thanks to Viking Arms distribution.
Everyone who has carried a rifle more than a mile knows that it gets really hard on just one of your shoulders, and you need to adjust the gun sling all the time. So basically our solution is you open the lock, which releases the support strap. You place it over the other shoulder, lock it in, and you get a shoulder harness. Now you have a weight on both of your shoulders, and it's really a lot more comfortable to carry, and you don't have to adjust it all the time. You get a small polymer plate that attaches with its own adapter to the sling swivel stud, and it has small hooks on both sides, and the support strap has small, really strong woven holes all the way. Place the gun against the tree trunk, grab the support strap, place it like a buttonhole, and you get a really accurate aim. You can shoot very steep angles, you can move it around, you can even shoot at a moving target, and then just take it off and you're ready to go.
And we got an update on the shooting public's appraisal of the Swarovski X5 scope.
There's been quite a buzz about it. We first previewed at the Scottish Game Fair at Scone, and this will be the second show that we're showing this at. And yeah, so far we've had a lot of interest, and it's sort of, for us, it's a new step into the long-range shooting market. So it's great to see that people are really interested in the product, because it has a 30mm tube and it is quite light compared to some tactical rifle scopes. We're finding there's quite a lot of interest from the hunting as well. We start at about 2,400, and then obviously the prices go up according to illumination and model, up to about 2,700. Availability, it's due for release in September, so obviously just watch this space.
We heard all about Browning's new releases earlier in the show, but they managed to find us a couple of extra sneak previews.
We teamed up with Polaris. We've created the Hells Canyon edition of the Polaris, and we've upgraded the standard Polaris vehicle with various options, including the screen and the windscreen wiper and upgraded wheels, etc. And we've thrown in a Maxus semi-auto shotgun and the Hells Canyon jacket as well to go into the mix. It's coming out in November this year. It's a new game gun, and we're going to call it the 75 Hunter Grade 3. Unfortunately, I don't have a physical gun to show you, but we've mocked up, this is a CGI image of what it will look like, and you can see it's got this lovely pheasant engraving here, which will be a lovely deep engraving, and paired with the Grade 5 American walnut. It will actually have the rounded pistol grip as well.
There was also the chance to win a Browning Hunter Eclipse rifle on the Sporting Rifle stand. If you didn't get a chance to enter, there'll be another chance in the next issue of the mag. At the same stand, punters feasted their eyes on iShoot magazine, the new shotgun shooting mag featuring pigeon shooting, grouse, wildfowling, rough shooting, gamekeeping and more. Staying with shotguns, there was a raft of new releases from Beretta.
Yeah, this is the 486 EL 20 gauge. So Beretta in the past few years has decided to come back in the side-by-side business, and after launching the 486, the complete new platform in 12, 20 and 28 gauge, and launching the 486 with the partnership of Mark Newson, we decided to go with an upgraded version with side plate, better engraving, this one in particular with a nice color case hardening, upgraded wood and better finish. We have blued details, so the trigger guard, the trigger, the top lever and the safety button. We have an upgraded wood compared to the standard gun with the match wooden butt plate and a better finishing on the barrel. ACS stands for All Competition Shotgun. So the idea of DT11 in general, it's to be a gun built from shooters for shooters. So in the last few years, starting from 2011, we developed a full line of guns depending on the different disciplines, and this is the new version coming into the market. The fact is a lot of shooters, they don't focus on just one discipline, but they want to try a little bit of everything, and with this gun we wanted to give them the possibility to go through the different discipline, having always the perfect performance.
And if you want to splash out for the game season or your next Highland Stalk, Blaser's new custom jobs are just the ticket.
We've started to bring in our new Custom 1, Custom 3 and some of our very highly custom engraved guns in here just to show people and just see where we can go with this. Sometimes you don't have to go that high grade. I mean, so if you look at these are standard guns. They're all the custom, which is what we call a Custom 1, which is our standard box lock. It comes with a grade 6 in that engraving pattern, and you've got a choice of straw or game. Then you're going into the side-plated engraved barrels with gold inlay, but again it's what we call a standard engraving. If that's what you order, this is what you're going to get. If you then want to go even higher, then I mean the sky is the limit. We can engrave anything. If it can be put onto metal, it can be done. Especially in the UK market, we're now getting more and more customers buying F3s, which are absolutely personalized to them. We've got sceneries of their personal village engraved onto the guns, family members also on the guns, and all sorts of things, yes. After the huge success of the normal professional R8 success, again, it's the wish of the customers. They like the idea of a synthetic rifle, but also if you're spending this kind of money, customization and personalization becomes important. So the factory have taken the concept of the synthetics rifles a little bit further and just added a few things which are just a little bit more bling, as we would say. A carbon fiber wrapped R8 professional success with leather inlays. The barrel has been made, has been specially coated to suit the color scheme, and what we have here is also our own Blaser carbon bipod. Last week we brought the first 6 into the country. I believe 3 have now already been sold, one of them at the show. So yeah, we're quite happy with it, and before long I think we need to bring in some more.
The grouse season is just days away, and Promatics showed us a trap that's ideal for some last-minute practice.
We're always trying to innovate and give products that sort of, really help the shooters keep sharp, keep ready for season. We're coming very quickly. We're in the 1st of August today. We're not 12 days off the glorious 12th, and so this is a machine that's really going to get people ready, get them quick. It's very, very good for double, triple gunning, and getting that practice in before the 12 comes along. And not just grouse, do partridge as well. It can also sort of replicate that sort of covey of birds. So we did all the top competitions this year. We've done 24 sponsorships this year, and Promatics been all over the world. World Fittash, European Fittash. We were at the Beretta World this year. Classic as always. Very proud to work with Clay Shooting on that. Again, we just wanted to give something that really makes the sporting that little bit different. Give that target that sort of makes shooters really think about what they're shooting at.
Finally, if you didn't make it to Harewood, don't despair. Ely Hawk was offering the chance to win a day's pigeon shooting with shooting show hero Geoff Garrod, and the competition is still open.
We had such a good feedback from when he did a day with a gentleman called Sid, who went out with him, and there were so many people saying to us on social media and through the shooting show TV and iShoot social media channels saying, how do I do this? How do I actually get to shoot with Geoff? So we thought, well, why not make a prize of it? We're not limiting just to the CLA Game Fair, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to have a great time with Geoff in a field, taking down some pigeons, but also to learn quite a lot of fieldcraft off him. Go to our website, Ely Hawk Limited Ltd, elyhawkltd.com, and fill in the competition form online. Follow us on Twitter or Facebook and you'll find the link very easily.
That's all from Harewood House. We'll see you next year at Ragley. And for more from the Game Fair, keep checking the Shooting Show Shorts playlist all through this week. That was the Shooting Show News.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you're not a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you.